Well, there's a major motion picture in theaters looking at the amazing career of one of the greatest goalies ever to play the game. And we'll send it over to Inside Sports reporter Melanie Steen.
Todd, thanks. We are here at Ballpark Village for the special screening of Making Coco, the Grant Fuhr story. The film documents his struggles both on and off the ice, including his time as a goalie with the St. Louis Blues. So you played for, I guess, 6 teams in total?
I did.
Okay, so why have the screening here in St. Louis?
Because I really enjoyed my time here. I mean, I originally had thought that I would end up retiring here in St. Louis. It didn't work out that way, and I get shipped off to Calgary, but I love my time here. It's as good a hockey city as I've played in.
Listen, I've said it before, he's the greatest goalie ever lived.
Fuhr played in the league from 1981 until his retirement in September 2000. He spent time with 6 teams, but it was his time with the Edmonton Oilers that would yield him 5 Stanley Cup wins.
The championships are good, but it's the teammates that stand out. I think that's the biggest thing, that out of 20 years of playing, you get some good friends, and to have teammates that are still friends to this day, I think that's the part that you take out of the game when you finally leave it.
For a career that held so many highs, Fuhr admits his 40-game suspension from the NHL for illegal drug use was rock bottom.
You know what, you learn life the hard way. You have to make some mistakes to figure out their mistakes. So I managed to trip over myself a few times and get myself in some binds, but at the same time, it's made me the person I am now.
Prior to the screening of Making Coco in St. Louis, the filmmakers got great feedback from similar screenings in Seattle, Calgary, Toronto, and Utah, among other cities.
I grew up being an Oilers fan, so I was like, oh, I'd love to do something about Grant, but I don't know if his story has, you know, the conflict and resolution to be a feature doc. But then when you looked at it, you know, adopted child, first black superstar in the league, you know, the suspension, I was like, man, this got everything of a great doc. So, and then once you meet Grant personally, I was in. I was like, yeah, I have to do this.
I just know, you know, he was a great Blues goalie. He's one of the best ever, and I got Grant Fuhr stuff all around my parents' house, so, you know, it's a cool experience.
Fuhr played for the league at a time when his peers did not look like him. By the way, the nickname Coco was given to him by his teammates. He says race was never an issue for them and even the fans, especially since he wore a mask on the ice. Do you think that minorities are represented enough in the NHL? Do you like to see more?
I'd like to see more, but I think it's getting there. I mean, the NHL's done a really good job with their Hockey's for Everyone program, the diversity program, so they're going in the right direction.
He's an incredible story. His whole life, from his first game as a Blue in the preseason to his last, from his first game in Edmonton to his Stanley Cups, he is an incredible person, player, and a role model.
I'm Melanie Steen reporting for Inside Sports.
And thanks, Melanie. And we'd like to give a big shout out to Ballpark Village for giving us tickets to that screening, and congratulations to Jerry Shue and Sherry Steffens for winning them on STL TV. Well, it's sure fun watching Grant Fuhr play and make history as the first black player inducted into the NHL Hall of Fame.